Quite kind of Hendrixy style, like soulful. Now it reveals the older generation coming through. In that sort of kingly position, facing the other guys. Yeah, more of that soulful, kind of almost Hendrixy style playing Sim was doing. Now there's kind of more military style rolls on the snare. So now it feels like we're really building, we're really taking our time. So it's really bringing out different microtones there. Okay. Oh, it's just coming up to the best bit, but please forgive me, like, 'cause you can't go through this without spotting things, right? So Steve Vai comes round, and there's this theme in this music video, right? The theme is all about this chair, because in the previous shots, like the first time you see that chair, Tim sat on there when he's doing his kind of like solo part, and then later on you see Scott is sat on that chair in the warehouse, and now Steve Vai is sat on the chair, and I think it's the same chair, or it's a very similar looking chair. So it's a very nice kind of concept that they've got going. So it's like everyone's having their time in the chair to really show what they're doing. But the way they've set it up here is that Steve Vai's in the chair, but this is the only time that everyone else is facing towards the person in the chair. So it's like they've given Steve Vai more of a platform and more of a sense of status. Right, I'm on the chair, you've all had your turn, but now I'm on the chair, but you're all looking towards me. So that really brings our focus to Steve Vai, and it's just so great how they pan the camera around, and you think, oh, that it is going to be Steve Vai, isn't it? And then it is, and it's like an old friend turning up, you know. But this is something really special. And what I was mentioning about the microtones, I'll point that out again. It's really what he starts doing with the whammy bar. It kind of hangs for a bit longer on those microtones that other people wouldn't normally do. So usually people just sweep quickly up to a note. But there's a few moments where he kind of hangs for longer on the flat, like there. It's really interesting how he's bringing that out more. And then that's just it. I love this so much, it's almost impossible for me to really say all the things that I want to say about this. So again, there's this really clever processing thing that happens when, if you watch his hands, it's like he just before the whole band kicks in, it's like he does a kind of sweep, but it's all the processed sound that you hear, so it sounds just like something totally different. And then he does this tap on the strings with the plectrum, and everyone I've seen watch that, the other reactions, that's just like, it just immediately grabs you. It's like, oh, what's that? It's like a novel little tapping sound, the high-pitched kind of tapping sound, and then it suddenly kicks in. And by that point, it's like, you can't not listen. It just absolutely grabs you. It's like, you have to hear this. This is really important. This is a really important moment in the history of rock music, I think. We are actually seeing something really incredible here. I mean, this was, I think it went up to number 8 on trending. The first day it was, you know, had 1 million views in the first day. I mean, to me, this is huge news. That an instrumental guitar track that's really complex and really progressive and really kind of crazy and really out there can be making this kind of, you know, this kind of impact, that kind of popularity. I think that's incredible. And you know, hats off, they've done everything right. Yeah, so Steve Vai, he comes in like this, and it's like you're just so happy that he's there, that he's having this moment with them. So check this out. See if you can notice he does a weird kind of like descending and ascending sweep, but you don't really hear it because it's got this effect on it. And then there's the pick tap. Beautiful. And then he's emoting so much through his guitar playing here. Just pure grace and yeah, and all that legato he does. Yeah. There's so much. He's really, really expressing it. He's delivering that like incredibly well. So, oh God, it's so good. This is so good. Like, he's so physical with it. When he's playing these things, like, it's like you can see it in his body language. I know, of course, they're just miming to it, but he's managing to kind of like get back into the state that he was when he was playing, so it feels like he's truly expressing with his body what he's really playing or what he's really emoting. So it really helps you to hear. If you look at how his body's moving, it helps you to hear what he's really doing. So it's just outstanding. But there's a physicality to it, how he like really takes each note on its little journey, and how it's very hard. Maybe I'll try and point out what I mean, these particular moments. But I find it incredibly graceful, the way that he's playing here. Gradual bending style. Beautiful curve. Legato, yeah. That part, it's like, oh, that is so physical. It's all embodied. He's so embodied in his playing. It's not cerebral. It's like, it's so vital, Steve Vai. Absolutely. And you know what? I feel like when he was younger, he had a bit of a vibe of like, oh, hey, I'm like the best. I'm the best there ever was. You know, he was a bit bombastic and a bit show off. And what I'm getting here is just like pure humility and like the love of music. And I feel like he's matured, and the way that he's expressing himself is just the pure love of music that's coming through. And I feel this humbleness, and like in his eyes he looks like a child. It's like he's just got that childlike sort of bliss in like how he's just engaging with the music, and it's like everything's melted away. It's funny because this is called ego death, and it's almost like this is like Steve Vai, like now he's completely had an ego death and he's just like his pure, unbridled, creative, beautiful self just playing for us. Man, you could just see this. I can watch this so many times. It's one of my favourite things I've ever heard. It's almost too good to be true. I can't believe how good this is. Emotional. And now they're bringing these like synths, but they sound amazing. Kind of like 80s like Prince era synths. But it works so well. And all that layering, oh, it's incredible. So emotional. It's like Steve Vai, like he's bringing his whole language, he's bringing everything that he does so well, but he's just, it's given a completely different context by these guys. It's absolutely incredible. It's one of the best things I've ever heard, and I didn't think I was going to even discover new music that I could fall in love with like this, you know. And of course everyone loves the trumpet. That's just brilliant. So thanks very much for watching. I mean, this has been incredible, and thank you so much to Steve Vai and Polyphia for just making such incredible music and giving me something to be excited about.